We are live. We are live.
Live it up, live it up.
Hello, everybody. We are
What's
live.
going on, my people? We are live.
We are live. We are live.
We are live. Lively up yourself.
Hold on. Hold on to that, please. I'm going to finish making
We
my
are
coffee.
just saying we are liveling up ourselves. We are just making it go. And today, we're going to be doing today, guys, a very interesting dish, as we always do. We're always coming up with some good stuff. We're just waiting for a few more people to chime in and come and say hi in Nino and Lowe's kitchen as we get cracking, get cooking, and get smoking.
I'm making my coffee.
Are you going to make a coffee?
I'm making coffee. I know it's hot, but I need coffee.
This woman is like, she's got to have her coffee, guys. She's got to have her coffee. Hey, whatever happened to the camera, the way we had it turned before? How was it that?
Because we're using a different thing.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Don't worry about it.
Hey, looky here. We got Kiki on deck. Kiki on deck. Hello, Kiki. Welcome to our live.
Our Kiki or Kiki Soto?
Kiki Soto.
Oh, Kiki Soto. Congratulations,
Soto.
Kiki Soto.
Congrats on your 4,000, Kiki, and girl,
Yes.
you're just kicking it. You're just kicking. You know what? You're just kicking it. Hey, I'm being appropriate here, am I not? You're just kicking it up, Kiki Soto. We appreciate that. We appreciate all the support we've gotten from you. We appreciate and congratulate you on achieving your goal, girl. To keep on going. You just keep on keeping on. Right?
Okay, we're almost ready. We're just waiting for a few people to jump
And this
on
one
in.
here, who we got here? Kiki, thank you so much, guys. As always, Kiki. She can't do without her coffee.
Sorry.
She turns into a little monster without her coffee. But, hopefully we can tame this one today. She won't get out of control. Who else we got in the room here, guys? We got Kiki Soto. We got... Looks like we've got...
terrified of moderating all on his own.
Yeah, I can't be doing this all... See, just imagine... She moderates, right? And she keeps the program going. She keeps me on track. But just imagine if she had to do all that plus cook.
Oh, here we go.
No. You know the truth. You know the truth. And
Here
guys,
we go.
let me tell you something about this one.
It's the behind the scenes. It's the behind the scenes that gets it all.
One of these days, guys, I'll let her turn on the kettle.
See, Kiki says she loves her coffee
There you
too.
go.
There you go. Well, I'm gonna get behind the camera, but you're still waiting for your peeps to come.
I'm still waiting for people to chime in.
You don't want to start.
Come on, guys, lively up yourself. Lively up yourself. Who said Bob Marley sings that song, right? A whole lot of liveling up. We need some liveling up going on here. Buxton Williams. Welcome, Buxton. I know, how's the baseball game going? Chiming in. I know you're there. And you are holding the camera. I'm all the way over here.
That's right. And I would like to turn it around because I like to operate the camera this way.
This way, okay.
Oops, sorry for my fingers, guys.
You
Sorry.
operate the camera
There we
the
go.
way you
There
want
we
it
go.
operated, because at the end of the day, you're the boss.
So as you can see, he has his perfect cooktop.
Yeah.
Look at that, guys. Shiny and new. No cracks. I'm sure you saw my little post.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, you can bring another one of your little roughneck nephews over here to break it again.
No. And you were the one that was defending. You said innocent till proven guilty.
I was defending them, yes, but given that this is the second stove that one of your little roughneck nephews are broken.
Okay, well, anyways.
We hope there isn't a third.
What are we cooking today, sir?
Well, I'll tell you, today we are going to be preparing some garlic shrimp. And we're also going to be adding to that as an accompaniment. We're going to be doing some fried rice. And, we all have rice hanging around our refrigerator.
Thanks, Kiki.
I've got a little container of rice here, a little leftover.
Now, this is leftovers, guys. From time to time, we do have these leftover
I'm just going to use it up.
rice. Perfect.
Use it up. And it's great to get these things all used up.
Hi, everybody. Welcome. Come
times-
on in.
There are times when I just go in the refrigerator
Emmy.
and just open the door. Welcome, Emmy. Good to see you. Check in.
Emmy says Leighton is waiting for you to finish because you know how he eats.
Well,
tell him to come on over, Emmy. Tell him to come on over. Hey, Pooh Bear. We haven't seen Pooh Bear in a while.
Been around in a while.
Pooh Bear's been busy at her new home. Glad to have you back.
So we're again, we're going to be preparing some garlic shrimp with some fried rice, and I've got a few ingredients here that I'm going to be using.
All right, let's zoom in
today, guys.
So what do you got?
So right here I've got. You want to look at my board?
Oh, you're showing me your board. Sorry, I thought you were showing me your products.
I've got a piece of ginger here. I'm going to be peeling this little puppy here. I've already got a little piece all peeled. I've removed all the outer texture, and I've got, what do we got here? 7 cloves of garlic.
Okay.
All right. We're going to be using that because given that it's garlic shrimp, you better have some garlic.
Okay.
Okay.
Pooh Bear says she misses everybody.
We'll miss you too, Pooh Bear. What's the point in having garlic shrimp without garlic?
Okay.
So over here I've got some soy sauce, which I'm going to be using in my both my fried rice, a little bit in the garlic shrimp. I've got some hoisin sauce. I've also got some sesame seed oil, which just gives it some flavor, kick it up another notch. And I've got some chili oil. Now, just don't move. So in place of the chili oil, I may opt to use some fresh chili or dried chili in this case. But we'll see.
All right.
Both of them, however way we look at it.
So that's pretty easy.
It's going to be kicking it up. You know what? I try to keep it as simple as possible. Any dish that I make on this channel, try to keep it simple where, you know, you can stand there with your little 10-year-old child, if you're that old, and they'll prepare it and they'll do very well at it. Nothing's going to be complicated. We're just going to keep it.
Hello, guys, and welcome to Cooking with Nino. We're doing garlic, shrimp, and fried rice this afternoon.
All right.
Emmy says he's coming in later.
All right, so I'm just going to go ahead and continue on to peel my garlic.
Don't forget to give a thumbs up as you enter the live, guys. And Kiki says that sesame seed oil is the truth.
It is indeed the truth.
It gives the food such a nice flavor. So you're peeling the ginger.
Yeah. And I want to say what up and happy birthday to Big Mac. Happy birthday, Big Mac.
You call him Big Mac. I call him Little Mackie. Happy birthday, Little Mackie.
As long as you don't call him Wacky.
Oh, jeez.
Just call him Mackie.
You're so corny.
Corny nothing.
All right, now.
So, I've got bags of shrimp here, guys. I've got.
Okay, let's see what they look like because.
I'm just going to pop them open.
Okay, let me move.
And do remember that when we're doing, when we're thawing any kind of seafood, we want to do so in cold water, never in hot water, because hot water will start the cooking process. I'm just going to dump that out in there.
Okay.
And I've got a second bag here.
She says it looks so yummy. I'm driving, but I'm paying attention because she wants to duplicate. That's Pooh Bear.
These are all black tiger shrimp. I prefer to use the black as opposed to the white.
So these are a little bit larger.
Yeah. And I also like the larger sizes. I don't like.
So these are the larger black tiger shrimp.
I don't like the tiny little things.
Okay, Kiki. She says she's listening, but she's working in the garden.
All right. So as I go away here, I'm going to be peeling my shrimp, and oh, look at these ones. They're not even deveined. They're going to cost me a little bit more work.
Oh.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at my shrimp, and I'm going to remove all the shell except for the very last knuckle. And the very last knuckle is going to help you hold the tail piece intact. All right. So here I go. I'm just going to peel off my shell.
Okay, that looks pretty easy.
It is fairly simple. All right. Peel the shell. Get all the little... All right. And that's what we're looking for. So we got the tail still on there with the last knuckle with the tail. All right. And we just keep going.
Okay, you got quite a bit there.
I've got a bit, but, we'll go through it rather quickly. The only problem I'm seeing right now with these ones is that it would appear that these ones are not deveined, which I'm going to have to devein them. And what that simply means is, as you see it, it's a shrimp that's completely intact. But if you get your little knife and you just cut right along the very back of it and open it up, you'll find that little black thing right there. You see that? It's not always black. Sometimes it's clear, but that's no good. That's kind of like the sack you want to get rid of. All right? And that's what we want to be left with.
Okay.
So, but let me go through and just peel all of them. And then the second step, we're going to...
Ooh, Brampton Gardner's here. She says, ooh, Nino, it looks good.
It looks good already. Let me tell you. I love the sound of that, Brampton Gardner. I love when I get those supports.
And she says, don't be making a mess for Miss Lowe here to be cleaning up. You see, they're starting to get to know your program.
Well, you're starting to drum up a lot more support. Oh, I want to show you these ones, though.
Okay, I'm just getting a different angle.
These ones are slightly different. I can tell because I've got two different brands here. This one came already deveined. See, the back is already cut and the vein is removed. So these ones, all they're going to require is just for me to remove the shell.
Okay.
And look at that, already deveined.
There you go. So I guess it would save you a lot of time to buy the deveined shrimp.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. Now I've just created a little bit more work for myself by picking up these ones because they're larger, but they're not deveined.
Okay.
And that's going to cost me some more time. But that's okay.
So now you were mentioning that when you're thawing out shrimp, always thaw in cold water.
Always. Okay. Always. If you don't thaw it in cold water, what's going to happen is the shrimp or the seafood or poultry or even beef or any kind of red meat that you're thawing, the temperature is going to start rising. And when the temperature rises, it puts that particular product in what's called a danger zone. And this is where bacteria growth is very rapid. And that is what you don't want. So you want to thaw in cold water to keep the temperature low at all times.
Now, Brampton Gardner says that when her husband buys the wrong shrimp, she makes him do the deveining.
Wasn't it you that went shopping?
No, it was not. Hi, everybody, and welcome to our afternoon live. We have Nino here.
Livening it up.
He's cooking some shrimp. So right now he is just taking the shells off and deveining the few shrimp that he bought that were not deveined.
Yep. And you know what I say about these shrimps that are not deveined? I'm too sexy for my shrimp.
Oh, please. That's the theme of his live today. He's too sexy for his shrimp, too sexy for his kitchen.
Too sexy for my fried rice.
He's too sexy for his fried rice. Any of you too sexy for your fried rice?
Too sexy for my shrimp.
Oh, boy.
It's a too sexy kind of time.
So before we continue, I've just got to do some housekeeping. You know that YouTube likes to see those thumbs. So
and again, we're talking about thumbs, guys. We're not talking about the Trudeau finger. And I know to us Canadians, we got an election coming around, but keep the Trudeau finger on the low and just give thumbs.
Yeah, we just need those thumbs. Apparently, the algorithm, Google likes them thumbs. No pinkies, just thumbs.
Thumbs. Thumb it up. Thumb it up, son. Thumb it up.
She says, Brampton Gardner says her grandma claimed she was too sexy to weed the garden, so she let her aunt do it.
There you go. I like that. Let's all get too sexy today. Let's do everything unorthodox.
How about if I'm too sexy to clean the kitchen when you're done?
How about if you're too sexy to sleep outside on the porch today?
As long as I can sleep with my plants.
Speaking of that, you just bought some new plants, didn't you?
Yes, I'm gonna do a little switcheroo out there. Of course, I'm gonna film it, guys. Welcome everybody. Welcome to the live. We're doing some garlic, shrimp, and fried rice. As you can see, Mr. Elliott is here peeling the shrimp. Yep. He's almost done there. He bought all these shrimps that he has to prepare.
Because I'm too sexy for my shrimp.
He's too sexy for his shrimp. That's his theme today, guys. He's just too sexy for anything. So we've got our pieces of ginger. He's got some garlic ready to chop. And his sauces: soy sauce, hoisin sauce, sesame seed oil, and chili oil, with the option of fresh chili flakes. Look at that. Look how good I was, right?
Thank you guys for tuning in. I want to send a shout out to my niece out there in Accra, just chilling. Big up yourself.
Brampton Gardner says, bring on the chili. Bring on the chili.
Yes. I want to get all these.
Okay, let's bring on the chili just for Brampton Gardner. There you go.
Right,
bring on the chili.
We got some.
Oh, definitely. We will definitely add the recipe in the description later. 100% for sure.
So we just continue on, just removing all the shells.
Almost done deveining and removing shells.
The others, but the problem here is that I ended up picking up 2 different packs from 2 different racks in the freezer, and not realizing that one of them came deveined and the other didn't. So at this point, it's going to cost me a little bit of effort.
Learned.
Pay attention.
Pay attention. Sometimes the shrimp is cheaper, I guess, but gives you more work because you have to devein.
And I don't like to use the tiny little shrimp, guys. I like to get
the bigger shrimp.
I like to get a decent size. So I'm just gonna start deveining.
Now, is there a way that you can prepare this shrimp and season ahead of time, or is it best to do it the way we're doing it, freshly?
Well, you can do it ahead of time. You don't necessarily have to do it.
Because it doesn't take very long to cook.
It doesn't take long at all. It doesn't take long to prepare, nor does it take long to cook. It's a very, very fast process. It's a fast meal. And again, you're going to be using the rice that you've got left over from a previous meal. And rather than making another pot of rice, you can just impress your kids or your husband or wife by using that same rice and preparing a dish. In this case,
and now this is our little batch of leftover rice. I mean, you can prepare fresh rice if you want, but we usually make fried rice with our leftover rice.
And it's always good to use maybe a day after, a day later rice, simply because it gets an opportunity to cool and the grains kind of separates themselves. You don't want your rice to be all clumpy. That's not going to be, it's not going to give you a good outcome.
Okay. So let me get to my coffee here.
You and your cup.
My beautiful Find Your Voice coffee cup. My favorite one. Got that one when Michelle Obama came to town. Okay, so as you can see.
You found your voice.
Yes.
I tell you.
He is going through his shrimp.
And I'm making sure that I get the ones that are not deveined and get them deveined. It's very easy to spot them. They're just solid. They look like that. They're solid. I'm just going to go back and run my knife to the very back. I open her up. I look to see whether or not there's a vein. There's nothing there. This one looks all good. And I move on to the next.
Poor Brampton Gardner is trying to find some non-horrible free music to use in her videos. I understand that struggle.
The pain.
Yes. We tend to use the same background music, and that's an original composition that our son made. But, I mean, YouTube is very serious about copywriting, so it makes us content creators very nervous when we pick anything that claims to be free music and worry and make sure that it actually is free music. Choose wisely, my friend.
Choose wisely. I'm almost done here, guys. It's actually taking me longer to pull one out of there that's not deveined. Okay, I think we're almost done. I think we're pretty much done. I might stumble on a couple more, so let's just get this into the recycle food waste bin. All right.
Okay.
Just gonna wash these. So any little granules that's on them, we can get them off.
Yeah, it's best to stick with the YouTube music in the YouTube studio because you don't want to get in trouble later on. Ah, I understand. Brampton Gardner says she has her main music, but she wants a little bit more action. Isn't it funny the way we put so much thought into our like we're making our little mini movies?
Does take a lot of work and a lot of effort, that's for sure.
All right, it looks like we're just about finished preparing the shrimp. All right, let me get you something to wipe your brow.
Yeah, I am just always a little browbeating.
Okay.
All right, so we're just gonna get on with it here, and I'm gonna be making my garlic shrimp. Just draining off any excess water that's sitting in there because I don't want water in this thing. All right.
Okay.
What I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna put this in a bigger bowl. That might help.
There you go. That's your black tiger shrimp, I believe.
Yep.
Okay.
So I've got my shrimp here. I've also got a piece of ginger, and what I'm going to do is I've got one of these lovely looking cleaver that I purchased at my local Chinese mart. I'm just going to put my ginger flat side over, and I'm going to just give it a little hit in the board. And what that's going to do is going to help crush that ginger. And again, we're going to give it a little slap, and we're going to be putting it here.
Ooh, look at that knife go. Watch those fingers.
Fingers don't taste too good.
Wow, look at that knife go.
So
okay, I couldn't do that.
Got our ginger going there. And we're just going to put our ginger in.
Okay.
And then what is garlic shrimp without garlic? So we're going to do the same thing to the garlic. We're going to give it a little pound.
Oh, I can smell that ginger.
Oh, the ginger is tasty. Let me tell you, it's going to be, we're just going to get all.
Now, trust me, guys, that cleaver is very sharp.
It's sharp. It's sharp. So you want to make sure.
I don't touch it.
Matter of fact, it's even better off to put the sharp edge away from you. Okay? But I'm just getting them crushed. Now, you guys may have a garlic crusher in your kitchen. I don't have one of those gadgets. Okay? I just kind of.
Now, Kiki says she loves a good cleaver and she uses hers for everything. So does he. He really does.
Oh, my cleaver gets used. It really gets used. So I'm going to actually save half of this garlic. Yeah, I'm going to put half in there, and I'm going to save half, which I'm going to add to my fried rice a little later on. Let's just move that over to the side.
Okay.
We're going to use that after, all right? So with that, I'm going to add a little bit of soy sauce.
How much?
Well, roughly about a teaspoon, or a tablespoon in this case. There we go. Not too much. Just get a little color going there. I'm also going to add a little bit of sesame seed oil, and about the same. Actually, maybe a little less. Maybe a teaspoon for that one. Now, we have two choices. We can either opt to use the chili oil, or we can...
I say we use a little of both.
We're gonna hit it with a little bit of both. All right?
So this is the chili oil.
Is the chili oil.
Okay.
All right, so we're just going to add a little bit of chili oil. Now, mind you, this is going to give it a nice little kick. So you got to be careful how much you put in there.
Christina says she is sending her plate over.
And then I'm going to be adding a few chili flakes to that.
Okay, that smells amazing. It's not even cooked yet.
Look at that. I'm just going to add that.
Look at all of that.
And we're going to give it a little... Get my spoon here. I'm going to give it a little stir. Now you notice I'm not adding any salt to this, or I'm not adding any pepper to this, because both the chili flakes and the soy sauce and a little bit of hoisin sauce, which we're going to put in as well, is going to give it a nice little kick. All right, now we get our soy sauce in there. I'm going to be adding a little bit of the hoisin sauce. Now this has a bit of a sweet tinge, sweet oriental tinge to it, okay? So you want to know that what this is going to do is this is going to really cut down on the spiciness from the chili oil and the chili flakes.
And that was hoisin
hoisin
sauce.
sauce. All right, just gonna put maybe a tablespoon of hoisin in there, and I'm gonna mix.
Now, Brampton Gardner says she loves hoisin sauce.
Now, with that hoisin sauce in there, one of the things that I'm noticing is that I don't smell enough of that sesame seed oil. I need another kick. So I'm just gonna put a.
Now, Kiki says you know it's going to
little
taste
splash.
good when you can smell it before it's even cooked. And I'm telling you, it smells amazing with the ginger and the garlic.
Oh yeah, it's a lovely combination. So I've got that.
And
I'm
the
gonna-
hoisin sauce, actually.
All right, so I'm gonna just put this aside. I'm gonna put this aside, and I'm gonna get my.
Can you pass my coffee cup?
Sure can. I'll give you your coffee cup anytime. Yeah.
Thank you.
There you go. All right. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna be getting my green onions because I'm gonna need this for. I'm gonna need this for my fried rice.
Okay.
All right. So I've got my fried rice and I've got my green onions, and I like to keep the whole thing intact. Okay.
You're going to wash it off?
So let's remove. So again, this one comes with 2 elastics. I just removed one of them. All right, and the other one is just to kind of keep it together.
Now, Brampton Gardner says she was quite surprised that they don't really use a lot of horseradish in Jamaica. Or they don't grow it.
Horseradish.
Yes.
They don't really use horseradish in Jamaica. You don't find that amongst the locals.
Not in traditional cooking.
No, not in traditional cooking, but you do find it in the hotels.
She says she thought it would be popular because it's kind of like a combination of ginger and turmeric, I guess.
And it's got that spicy kick to it.
But I don't think I've ever had a dish in Jamaica.
With
Not that I'm
horseradish?
the expert on Jamaican dishes, but with horseradish in it.
Not really. That's very much. I mean, Jamaica's got a lot of English influence, and horseradish is something that is very.
She says it's very spicy.
It is very spicy. It reminds me. Horseradish is probably the equivalent of wasabi.
She says she's only had it with beef.
Yeah, so you eat it with beef, but it's got that same little kick like wasabi when you're eating sushi. Right,
I love wasabi. Yes?
Yeah, let me just grab.
What would you like?
I wanted a piece of paper.
Oh, here you go.
We'll do it.
Oh,
All right, so we're just gonna.
all
I'm
right.
just gonna cut the spring onions, and again,
Or scallions.
Or
Jamaicans call them
but
scallions.
these are scallions are a little different. They're a little different.
She says wasabi is Japanese horseradish.
Yes, yes. So it's horseradish. So horseradish is very English, and then wasabi is, you're right, Japanese horseradish. So I'm gonna have that there. That is my spring onions.
Okay.
Gonna get that going.
Now, are you chopping them finer or that's
No,
it?
I'm gonna leave them like this because I want to see big pieces. I want to see big pieces. I've also got here some frozen vegetables, some peas and some carrots, as well as
Corn.
some corn.
Okay.
Okay. Just gonna run a little bit of water through it, just to kind of get it going.
Okay, so we've got
Kind of get any kind of
some
ice out of
garlic
there.
waiting, the green onions. We have our
I'm just gonna turn
tiger
that off.
shrimps here, all seasoned up with some hoisin sauce, some soya sauce, some chili flakes, sesame seed oil, and some chili oil.
That's right.
And then Kiki says, I just bought some horseradish and wasabi garlic from a famous market.
Oh, that sounds good.
Ooh.
So I've got my pans here. I'm gonna get.
Brampton Gardner says it looks amazing. I'm telling you, it smells amazing.
I'm gonna get a double shotgun going here with. Try
Okay.
to do multiple things here, guys. All right. So number one.
You can turn on the
Turn
stove.
on the stove. So that's the first thing you want to do is turn your stove on. And guys, I want to let you know that you can actually make any kind of variation of this that you like. Let me just quickly just turn the stove on. I forgot one more thing that I need to do before we get the stove on, is we need to get some eggs cracked because we're going to add some eggs to our fried rice.
Okay.
Okay?
So you were
Let's
saying the different variations.
So when it comes to fried rice, you can add just about anything.
Buxton
that-
says his last meal was a bowl of cornmeal porridge. So he's salivating right now. Buxton, let me tell you, I was begging for some cornmeal porridge this morning. He wouldn't make it. I love cornmeal porridge. My favorite.
All right. And I just get really hot in this kitchen. But let's get these puppies going.
All right, so
Gonna be cracking these eggs. We've got 3 eggs that are gonna be cracking. And I hope you guys like. Do you like the technique? Do you like the technique? It's very easy. Just hold your egg, all right, and just bang it. Just give it a good bang on the side of the bowl, all right. And nothing's gonna happen if you move it quickly over across. See that? And then you just
can't see.
Open it up. Would you like to see another one? Let me grab another egg so I can show you that.
Now there's a lovely
grab another
breeze growing through the house. I don't know why he's so hot.
Another one. I'm just hot-blooded. What can I say?
He's too sexy for the kitchen.
He's sexy for the kitchen.
Okay.
Look at that. So can you see that?
Yeah.
All right. Just boom over the bowl.
One-handed drop,
Voila.
ladies and gentlemen.
Okay.
That was the one-handed egg
I
drop.
do notice though that I've got, and the beauty in cracking your egg.
You should open that window.
The beauty in cracking your egg in a bowl is that if you happen to get a piece of shell in there, you can remove the shell.
You mean a clear bowl?
A clear bowl, yeah. Or any bowl at all, because you'll be able to see it. So let me just grab a fork here and then just get my eggs all scrambled.
You're too sexy for your scramble.
Too sexy for my scrambled eggs. All right.
Okay.
A bit of salt and pepper.
So you're adding a little salt and pepper to the scrambled eggs.
To the eggs, yeah.
All right, and we have the stoves aren't on.
They're not on. I did turn them off just so I can get this going. All right, so the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna be taking care of the shrimp first of all. All right, so let's just turn that stove on because it's gonna be really simple with the fried rice, and we're gonna get a little bit of vegetable oil.
Do you have everything you need?
I do.
Okay.
Get a little bit of vegetable oil in there.
Now, how much vegetable oil did you put that in both pans?
No, just one. Right
Okay.
now I'm just working with this one, just with the shrimp for now.
Okay. So you prepare the shrimp before you prepare the rice.
Yes, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that today.
Now,
I'll change my mind tomorrow and do something else. Guys, if you ever saw the eye roll that I just got from the
he's so
cameraman-
corny.
I'm not corny.
Don't encourage his corny jokes, everybody.
Corny. I'm just funny.
Corny jokes.
Nothing.
Hold this
corny
for a
about my
second,
jokes.
please.
All right. Look at that. So I've got all my ingredients, guys. I've got my shrimp back here, all ready to go, and I've got all my ingredients, and I've got both pans. But right now, I'm only going to be doing I'm going to at least get the shrimp started. So you want to get the pan nice and warm. You don't want to get the pan smoking. But you want to get it. You don't want to be putting shrimp or anything in a cold frying pan or cold pot.
Okay.
Let's just get that going. And I'm going to be putting this in there. All right.
Look at them shrimps. Look at those scrimps.
Look at that. And I tell you something, I can probably get this one going at the same time.
Now this is going to be for the rice.
That's going to be for the rice, yep. But I'm going to put a little
Now let's turn the vent on.
I'm going to put a little
On
bit of
least low.
a little bit of soy oil in that as well. Or
So a little
seed oil.
sesame seed oil
A
in
little
the pan.
sesame seed in that as well.
Okay.
Get that turned on. Wrong burner.
Scratch my new glass top.
It's fine. We're not going to hurt your glass.
Ooh, this smells so good, guys. That shrimp smells delicious.
I know, guys. With the soy sauce on there, it's probably gonna see you got some coloration going, because otherwise you'll be able to see when they change color a lot easier. But here you can see that They're actually turning. Colors are changing. You don't want to cook these for too long. Okay, these, one thing with seafood, or shrimp in this case, they cook very fast. And if you overcook them, they're going to be like rubber. So you want to just be careful how you go about this.
So about how long would you say you would keep these on?
Well, until they start changing colors on. That's the only
So
way.
about 5 minutes?
Not even. Well, as you can tell, I probably had these on one side for roughly about 45 seconds to a minute before I started flipping them.
And they change to a pink color. You can see the difference.
You can see the color just, what do you call it? Is that opaque? Is that what you call that?
So you can tell the ones that are cooked.
Alright, so just want to flip these. Get it flipped
Yummy.
over.
It smells so good.
And
Okay.
once I get them flipped, I'm pretty much done with it. Once it's flipped.
So what do you turn the
Because
stove
I'll
off?
tell you what's going to happen right now is I'm going to turn the burner off and I'm going to leave them there. And just the heat from the remaining heat
So
from the
Richard
pan-
Hamilton says to bring some of those jumbo shrimp the next time you come to Jamaica. They look so
yeah.
good.
Alright, so let me get some of, let's get my
So what's
my egg
this?
in here.
You got your egg
Get my
mixture
egg
going
going.
in. All right.
Is it ready? Think it's ready?
Well, you built us up. It better be ready.
I'm just going to get that going.
Where's your little?
And as you can see, guys, it's still, the stove
Where's your
is
paper
still,
towel?
oh, the stove is still going, and the shrimps are still cooking, but the burner is off. So I don't need
That's
to
a
keep the
trade,
burner on all
Buxton.
the time.
Buxton says we can trade. He'll give me some cornmeal porridge. I give him some shrimp. We can trade. All right, look at those beauties, guys.
Those are all looking
I
good,
would
ready to
sneak
go.
one, but it would burn my fingers. Okay, so
So the scrambled egg, we're just going to get that going.
the pan should have been a little
It should have
hotter.
been a little hotter.
Okay, so we'll give it a minute to get going there.
It will come out. Not to worry.
All right.
Nothing to worry about. Nothing to panic
So now,
about.
did you turn the stove off the shrimp?
I did turn the stove off, but I'm a little concerned at this point because if I leave it on the burner any longer, they're going to be, in my opinion, they may be overcooked. So I'm going to remove this off the burner. I'm not going to allow it to cool. That's just to show you how fast these things cook. Okay, by flipping them, cooking them on one side, getting the color changing to red, flipping them over the other side, and turn the burner off. Once you do that, you can just, that's it. Your shrimps are ready. And
Okay.
just, whew. All right.
Now, Kiana says, "Go on, Chef Nino."
All right, Kiana.
She says she can't wait to see the finished dish.
Well, it's gonna be awesome. We're just gonna get our scrambled eggs going.
Make sure you give a thumbs up, guys.
Show lots of love. Share the live. Share the live.
Yeah, you can share this live if you just copy and paste the link.
Oh, I forgot to tell you guys. Walk on, beautiful people. And I'm always excited when I'm in the kitchen. Lively up yourself.
And I'm supposed to say, "What's up, guys?"
There we go.
Okay.
So we've got
All right, your eggs
got our eggs
going.
The eggs are rocking.
All right.
So what I'm gonna do is, in my eggs, I'm gonna throw my spring onions in there because I want to I don't have to cook them, but I want to warm them.
Okay.
I want to get them to know each other and talk to the eggs and all get friendly. On top of that, guys, let's not forget our garlic. We're gonna put that in there.
So you got the garlic,
Yep, we got everything in there. We got everything rocking now.
the spring onions, along with the eggs.
You got it. Look at that. Everything's looking lovely. It's all talking to each other. It's all getting to know each other. All right. Once we get that, I'm gonna get my rice. See, I've got my rice, all my leftover rice. Instead of throwing the rice out, guys, I've got it here. I'm gonna be making some fried rice. I'm gonna just dump this whole thing in there.
There you
Look
go.
at that. All right. Got our rice in there. As soon as I get my rice in, I'm gonna hit that with a bit of soy sauce.
Oh, Brampton Gardener's getting hungry. Oh,
Look at
if
that.
you were here, it smells
I'm
delicious.
just hitting it with the soy sauce. And I can't forget, I didn't put in the chili flakes in before, or chili pepper, but I got some chili oil here. I'm gonna hit that a little bit because I want to kick everything up a notch. Look at that.
Wow, that looks amazing.
We're gonna get that going. You're gonna get the flavor going. Everything's gonna be getting to know each other, talking to each other. Get the fried rice going.
Smells so good, guys.
All right. And before long, I'm gonna be hitting it with a little bit of the hoisin sauce. Hoisin sauce, guys, full of a lot of flavor. Okay, it's full of a lot of flavor. And we're just gonna get some of that in there.
There we go. Look at that baby.
That's all we need. That puppy is ready to go. And I don't know if I put enough sesame seed in there. That's always a winner. Always a winner in my book.
Now, do you just keep stirring the rice?
Yeah, you just keep stirring it. You just keep moving it around. As you can tell, I don't have any of these rice grains sticking together. It's all looking good.
Okay.
And I might even show off a little bit and give you a little bit one of those. Look at
Wow.
that. Huh?
Wow.
Isn't that fun? We can have lots of fun in this.
You're too sexy for your fried rice today.
I'm too sexy for everything. All right.
Now, how many of you guys have ever made fried rice at home? Or do you only order out?
This is so simple, guys.
Look how
So
easy it is
simple
to
make.
make your fried rice at home.
And we can't forget our vegetables. So our vegetables is not only gonna, not a whole lot of vegetables, but it's gonna add a little texture to our fried rice. It's also gonna add color. All right, so we just pour those in.
Look how easy that was.
Look at the color.
Now, Kiki says her favorite food to cook is Asian food. So she
There you
bakes
go,
fried
Kiki.
rice and lo mein
Oh,
all
yeah.
the time.
There you go.
Look how beautiful that
There we
is,
go.
guys.
And we're gonna just boom, boom, boom. Look at that. Get everything going. Everything rocking. Big up to my AC family. I know y'all watching. Love you guys. Thanks for the support.
Look at that.
All right. So we're just gonna give that another minute, just so everything is getting to know each other.
Now, Brampton
Everything's
Gardner
talking
says she
to each
makes
other.
fried
Look at
rice and noodles a lot. She loves buying fried tofu and adding that to the pot. I guess if you're vegetarian, you can substitute the shrimp with tofu. Look at that. Amazing. I would love to steal one, but they're hot.
So the interesting thing about tofu is that tofu, literally, it's a soy paste. Soy, what do you call that? A soy. It really lends itself to whatever it is you add it to. So in this case, if you just add all the seasonings to the pan instead of the shrimp, okay, all the same ingredients, and you rest the tofu in there, it absorbs all the flavor from that which you added. Okay, so that again is another option.
Now, Kiki makes General Tao tofu all the time.
General Tao's tofu.
Emmy's saying that she's hungry now. You're making her hungry. So same with Pooh Bear. She had to stop at Taco Bell to get her something,
Look
something
at
to
that.
eat.
I'm gonna just turn this burner off, guys. We're all set.
Nice.
Food is ready like Freddy, and I'm starving like Marvin.
Now, are you putting the shrimp in the rice or it's an
No,
accompaniment?
no,
Ah,
I'm putting it off to the side.
okay. I thought it was
Right.
going in.
Let me get my trusty. Here we go. This is what I'm looking for. This is just my roasted sesame seed, which I'm just gonna sprinkle on top. Okay, for another layer, another texture.
Beautiful.
Look at that. We're all
So we've
set
got our fried rice.
with our garlic shrimp with hoisin sauce.
So let's get these puppies plated because I want to
Alright.
taste.
All right, let's go over here and
Now, while he's over there plating, let's just take a little look. Now, Richard Hamilton says, amazing, Chef Nino, going to make some fried rice tomorrow. Now, look at this. This is the disaster zone that is to be cleaned up. Brampton Garden is snacking on a wasabi cracker, a snack from Dollarama. You see, this is the disaster zone. Not too bad today. The cleanup won't be too bad.
well, the cleanup won't be bad at all because I did good. I'm not gonna be yelled at tonight, guys.
So are we plating?
She won't be yelling at me. Yeah, we're gonna be plating. Let me just grab another spoon from this spoon. In the drawer
He's
here.
taking so long to plate, guys.
Oh, listen to this.
I want to
lady.
eat. I want to eat.
This lady wants to rush everything. This is not about rushing. All right, so let's do this.
He wants everything perfect. He's a chef.
Let's just get.
Ooh. Look how good that looks.
Look at the colors we got here.
Lovely. Smells amazing.
Look at that.
Half of that amount for me.
Half of that amount for you. Oh, look at that. You eat like a rabbit. All right. How's that?
Beautiful.
Looks good.
Beautiful.
All right.
Can you smell it?
So let's get.
The pièce de la résistance. Kiki says I can't rush perfection.
You cannot. Kiki, you know what you're talking about, lady.
Thanks, Nino and Lo, for the wonderful dish. Thanks for tuning in, Ina.
Hey, Ina.
You should come over for dinner. Look at this.
Ina, you better just jump in your car and come on over.
Wow.
All right, so let's get some of this on there.
Nice. Ooh.
And last but certainly not least, we've got a little bit of.
Now look at that
Sesame seed on
masterpiece.
There we go.
Look at that masterpiece, guys.
Let's just get.
That is beautiful. And you know, it's driving him nuts because he has sesame seeds on the rim
of the plate.
of his plate. That's a big no-no for Nino.
Don't, absolutely not. You gotta get, the rim of the plate must be free of anything. Look at that. Don't eat off the rim of your plate. There we go. Oh, I got something else for the top of that. Give me one
Ina
second.
says would love to, but she's in the West End, but she's still tuning in.
Look at this. Let me just.
Beautiful. So what do you got there now?
I'm just putting, just a little garnish on top of there. Look at that.
Brampton says she's in the West End too, so we can carpool.
Look at that. There we go. Perfect.
Now you're perfect?
Now we're good.
Now it's
Now we're
perfect. All right. So we are going to set up and we are going to chat. All right. I will set this camera up. Do you want to take some pictures of that before you dig in and eat it all? So we are not going to chat from outside today because it's too windy, and every time we go outside, we realize that the Wi-Fi and all that. She says that's a work of art. Where are the chopsticks? Bring some chopsticks. You see, I pretend that I can use chopsticks, but rice with chopsticks is a little difficult for me. So sorry guys, I'm just taking the camera off of here. There we go. And we are setting up here. Perfect. Yeah, it's a bit tricky. And I've been, I have one of my little nephews who is always getting on me about my camera angles, telling me that I shoot my camera from underneath, which I shouldn't be doing. It's like, oh, brother, if you try to remember every single thing that you need to do, you would go crazy. So he's in there taking some pictures of his dish. So we're just going to set up and we're going to talk for a little bit, guys, because I have, that I'm the gardener of the duo. I don't know. It's still kind of warm. Pooh Bear wants to know how close we are to Detroit. Actually, we're not too far, about 4 hours from Detroit. But yeah, so it's time to close the garden, or to start thinking about closing the garden. And I am also contemplating getting bulbs to plant this fall. And I'm wondering, what about all of you, especially Brampton, who's here in Ontario? Because I haven't had much luck. I haven't had much luck with bulbs. Yes, the bulbs? I don't know, because the squirrels seem to eat all the bulbs. The squirrels eat all the bulbs, and all the hard work is for naught. So I'm not too sure about the bulbs. I'm not too sure about the bulbs. I love the way they look in the spring, but I don't know. So here he comes with the dishes. Let's just put this
I
up.
tell you, I actually love.
There we go. Okay.
I love using my chopsticks, but
Ooh.
I do love using my chopsticks to eat. But I'll tell you this though, that when you're eating Chinese food and you're having rice,
Let me taste.
you're always better off to have your rice in a bowl. It's a lot easier to eat the rice in a bowl with a chopstick than it will be in a flat plate. So we're just going by way of using the fork today.
Now, Ina wants us to wait. She says wait. She awaits the garden closure, but her yard is infested with something. She didn't quite complete it. I don't know. I've realized that I have been doing a lot of things wrong when it comes to my garden, because at this time of the year, as the gardening season is winding down, I have been getting rid of a lot of plants that don't overwinter. Much to my surprise, some of them do overwinter. I have a few of the chrysanthemums from last season that I just left the planters in the garage that came back in the spring. I planted them in the garden and they're doing quite well. I didn't know that they were going to do that.
I brought you a Perry.
Thank you. Now, Brampton Gardner says, she planted a ton of tulips last year, put some chicken wire on top. I thought of that in the hole, and then added soil on top and didn't have any issues. Okay. Okay. Now, Callie says, you are blessed to have a husband who can cook. Thank God. When I married Earl, he knew how to cook, clean, and do laundry. Oh, Ina says her yard is infested with squirrels. Well, there, Ina, there is a suggestion from Brampton Gardner that we can put chicken wire. Now, I've read that, and she said that her tulips were fine. Kiki says, I work with this organization called Vegetable Project, and they are doing a fundraiser where they're selling bulbs and half the proceeds go to the schools and their outdoor education gardens. That is an excellent idea.
That's a great idea.
She says she'll be discussing it and leaving it in a link. We'll all look out for that. And yes, Pooh Bear, it is good to have a husband that can cook, but he doesn't clean. He does not clean. So you have to have a yin and a yang. So for all the mess that he does while he's cooking, I do the cleaning, which is fine. There has to be a trade-off.
You should be fine. You better be fine. She used to make an awesome lasagna at one point when we were younger.
Yeah.
But you haven't made a lasagna in years.
Well, maybe one day.
I'm not even sure you know where the stove is.
But this is very good. This is very good.
It is excellent. Very tasty.
Very good. But, there's a lot of plants, like I was saying, that I've been doing some reading and realized that I can take cuttings. Brampton says that her husband barbecues and does, I think it's souvlaki? Or I think I don't know what that's supposed to say.
What's that?
He does it in the smoker. You don't have a smoker. You've always wanted a smoker. You've always wanted a smoker to make the sous-vide? I don't know what that is. Do you know what that is? Sous-vide?
I'm not sure. What exactly is that, Brampton Gardner?
Something in the smoker.
Oh, that's interesting. I've always wanted smokers, right?
It's when you cook it low and slow in a bag of water.
Oh, like a sous vide, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Oh.
I'm not sure what it's called, but I know exactly.
She just said it's sous vide.
You cook it in a water bath, and it's actually cooked inside the water.
Oh, that sounds very interesting.
It's a new cooking technique.
Now, guys, we are planning to do a video of Nino doing his deep fried turkey. Now that's something that we usually do for our holidays, but last year we didn't have much of a holiday dinner because of the pandemic.
You know what?
So this year he wants to demonstrate how to do the deep fried turkey. So we'll be doing that for Canadian Thanksgiving, which is a little bit earlier. That's in October, a little bit earlier than the American Thanksgiving, which is in November.
So the Americans would have a bit of an advantage because they can see it way ahead of time.
Yovina, hi Yovi, hi Yovi. Yovi says invite me over for some deep fried turkey. I'm telling you, once you have deep fried turkey, you will never want it any other way. I know it sounds very weird, but it is amazing. The first time that we did it, I kind of thought, what the heck is this man doing? He's going to ruin our turkey. It was amazing. And
we actually put it side by side with the conventional oven roast turkey.
Yeah.
And let me tell you something, the deep fried turkey was gone and the other one was still practically the whole bird.
Right. And everybody loves it.
Yeah, it's one thing about it, it's very moist inside and very crispy on the outside. It's really nice. And how we really go about doing this is a lot of the seasoning is injected in the meat.
Kiki is familiar with this method of cooking, the sous vide foods. She says we have to look into that.
Yeah, I've seen it before. I just don't know.
Everybody that comes here always asks for the deep fried turkey. Now, mind you, we usually have standing room only for Thanksgiving or Christmas. We can have up to 30, 40 people here. But like I said, this current year, we didn't have any of that just because of the way of the world right now. But either way, whether we gather or not, we will be demonstrating that deep fried turkey so that you guys can, maybe decide if you want to do it, because you need to do a little bit of prep ahead of time. So we're going to do it in enough time that if you do choose to do it, that you can have a thorough understanding of how it goes.
We'll also be doing all the trimmings as well.
Yes.
All the stuffing, the demonstration on the gravy, on homemade cranberry sauce. That's going to be interesting. The sun's really come up. Let me close the door. We're going to kick up the homemade cranberry sauce a bit. So that's going to be, this sun is really just beating in, isn't it? Let me just grab this one.
Okay. There you go. It started off so overcast, and all of a sudden the sun has decided to come out just when we were doing our broadcast. Anyhow, all of the fixings for Thanksgiving, Nino and Jesse have kind of taken over. So they are the ones that do everything homemade. I, as usual, do the background cleanup and organize, making sure everybody's here and all that kind of jazz. But they handle the cooking. Now, Rambo Greenhouse says, hello, people.
Is that Rambo Green?
Rambo. He had to say hello before he went to sleep.
Hello. We appreciate you stopping by.
Now, Rambo is in the UK, guys, so he is on opposite time than we are.
We have a time difference for him. But we really appreciate you stopping by.
Yeah, sleep tight.
Sleep tight. And don't let the bed bugs bite. Another corny one, eh?
Yeah, you're very corny when it comes to stuff like that. Rambo's giving his salutations. Now, thank you to everybody that's giving me a thumbs up.
Thumbs up are good.
And thank you to everybody that's been watching all of our videos. We are getting there, knocking down those watch time hours slowly but surely. We don't really pay too much attention to it. It comes when it comes. But
it's nice to see it moving in the right direction. We can see that
the numbers are changing. So that means that you guys are watching. It means that you guys are watching. And we very much appreciate that. So we were talking about cooking, your Thanksgiving. And we were wondering what you want to see Nino cook. And Buxton is saying that he doesn't hear you inviting him from Niagara Falls. Niagara Falls is not too far.
Inviting Buxton for what? Thanksgiving?
Thanksgiving. Well, you see,
Come
Buxton,
on,
the thing
Buxton.
is,
I don't need to invite you for Thanksgiving.
it's very tricky the way that the world goes, because one minute you can gather, the next minute you can't gather. And around Thanksgiving time, it's usually a little chilly, so you can't be outside. And I mean, by that time, I would think the majority of people by now have been vaccinated.
Well, I think in
Rambo
province of
wants to see
Ontario-
some jerk chicken with some potato salad. Nino makes a mean potato salad. My brother makes a mean potato salad. Maybe we can have him on here showing his techniques. She says YouTube Thanksgiving. She says she's had her Thanksgiving outside a few times.
Well, if it's warm enough.
If it's warm. I remember one year it was quite warm. And
I think 2-3 years ago.
yeah,
It was really warm outside.
Because we
you know?
have the backyard space that we could set up the tables. That would be nice. I love living in Canada, Ontario, Toronto, having all 4 seasons. I love that, and I could not live anywhere where I just have one season.
It's okay. I could live in Jamaica. Big up to all my Jamaicans.
Here we
I
go
could live in
again. Here we
Jamaica.
go again. But I don't like when it gets too cold too fast. Branton says, all right, she has to head out. The kid wants some bubble tea. That's these millennials and their bubble tea.
Their
They
bubble
can't
tea.
do without their bubble tea. Well, thank you very much for
Thanks,
joining.
Brampton, Kiki.
Good night, Rambo. Stay
Good night,
blessed.
Rambo. Good night, Kiki.
You go get that kid that bubble tea before she has a bubble tea fit. She says nothing like Jamaica. Don't start.
Nothing like Jamaica. You got
She
it.
says she wants some
Love
too.
that.
Penelope says, love to see you cook some desserts
Penelope.
like key lime pie or Mississippi mud pie.
Is that for me?
That's for you. That's Penelope. Penelope, I believe, is
Penelope.
also in the UK.
Penelope, I got news for you there. I can't do dessert.
You can do some.
I could, but I've never really tried because I've never... Dessert and baking are very precise science. And I don't really do well with precise. I kind of, if you notice, I just kind of put a little bit of this and a little bit of that.
No,
I
you
can
don't measure
fuse it.
anything.
I don't measure anything. And with baking and desserts, you have to measure. That's where I kind of say,
Ina says,
there's a good baker. Ina can bake.
oh, yes, Ina's an excellent baker.
Ina's a good baker.
Maybe she can come over and guest bake with you. Now, Ina says,
Ina
bye,
can teach me
guys. She
how to
has to
bake.
get back to her company. Thanks, Ina.
Take care, Ina.
Thanks for stopping out. Bye. So tell me, what are you guys doing with your gardens right now? I know some of you are planting your fall crops. I don't plant fall crops.
What are fall crops like? Corn? Is that,
Now,
is that fall?
Kiki says that she is making jerk sauce tonight with her Scotch bonnet and her habaneros. That sounds amazing. That sounds good. We've never made a jerk sauce with our peppers.
We never have, but we could.
We have
Probably
quite a
try
few.
that
We
next
have
year.
quite a few peppers that have are out there. As a matter of fact, we need to go out there and harvest right now. But I don't believe those peppers that are out there are too hot. They're not hot, and it's funny because we planted a Scotch bonnet plant.
I just don't know where it is.
It's not there because we don't have Scotch bonnets. We don't
Somehow
have
it got
small
lost
peppers.
somewhere.
Or maybe it died and we didn't realize that the pepper plant died. But I want to plant some plants that I'm seeing in the garden center, some perennials, so that they can take root before it gets too cold. So I've done that with a few of the cone flowers. And like I said, I'm on the fence about planting bulbs. But when it's time to close the garden, I want to keep some of the plants that are there, even if I take a few cuttings. I want to try to see if I can do that and overwinter them in this beautiful sunny window here and see if I can overwinter them. Have you guys ever done any of that? I know I can do that with geraniums and with some of my coleus, because some of the coleus that I have this year, this is the first time I've ever grown those colors, and I love the colors, and I would love to have them again next year.
Are those, what are coleus? Those things there?
No, those are caladiums.
Wow.
Caladiums are from a bulb, so the caladiums have to be stored and overwintered, and all the all the plants that with the tubers that you have to pick up because our Canadian winters are too harsh, and if you leave them out there, that they're all gonna die.
They're not gonna make it
All
through
the
the winter.
callas and the dahlias. Now, Pooh Bear says, I don't know what your budget looks like, but if you want to have the backyard cookout, why don't you just go ahead and get some heaters? Yeah, we could. We could, but you see,
How often would we use those?
no, she says for Thanksgiving.
Oh, just for Thanksgiving.
Sometimes here Thanksgiving can
It
be
can change.
pretty chilly. It depends. Our weather is so unpredictable.
At this time of year, Pooh Bear, it is very unpredictable. We
Right.
don't know what. I mean, we've got Thanksgiving on the 11th of October,
Right.
and it could be 27 degrees or it could be 7 degrees. Okay, we don't know
Now
what
remember,
we're
they're
gonna
in
get.
Fahrenheit. She doesn't know what you mean.
Oh, what is that in Fahrenheit now? We're talking what?
Now,
98 versus, or 95 versus like 60.
yeah. Now Kiki says that your little pepper plant might be hiding because they don't get very big. At least not
But I
outside New
haven't
York.
I have not seen.
But we
any
have one
peppers.
very bushy tomato plant that we haven't really gone and looked between. It could be there.
I think next year what I'm going to do is I'm going to really segregate my plants.
Yeah, I think when the
I think
plants
I
were,
put too
were
many-
immature, he put too many
Plants
plants in a pot.
in one pot.
And those tomatoes really took off. And, you know, those tomatoes are still bearing fruit. We have so many ripe tomatoes there that we need to go
the basil,
and...
that was the basil. This is going to be my third.
yeah, the
third
fourth.
reaping.
Fourth reaping. Yeah.
It's an awful lot on there.
And that pesto that he made tastes amazing with the pasta when Lindo came over. So if you guys have basil in your garden, please try to make some fresh pesto. You won't regret it because we put it on everything. You can put that to season your meats, to anything, and it
Put it on your
tastes so good.
sandwich. I love it on my sandwich.
Now Kiki says that she overwinters her geraniums last year, but got tired of the cleanup, so she tossed them after the new year. Well, you know, I keep reading all these things where all these people are saying that they're overwintering all these plants, and I'm thinking, why am I buying all these things every spring when I can save these cuttings and maybe, you know, overwinter them? But yeah, you know,
You spend an awful lot of money on plants, though.
yeah, and
You
it
do
takes a
spend a lot
lot
on
of
plants.
energy to keep them going, especially when it gets really cold and the air inside is dry. But it's worth a shot. It's worth a shot to try for certain varieties. It's really worth a shot. But right now, it's just a matter of maintaining, deadheading, keeping things clean. When I see plants that are really kind of in their life cycle, like right about now, a lot of my petunias, you know, I keep snipping them back little by little because they're just about done. And I have some fall plants that I'm going to be changing my front decor, which I love. Next to Christmas, Halloween is coming, and I love Halloween, guys.
Oh, you got to see this guy. So she's already gone out and bought her granddaughter her Halloween costume. Give me 1 second.
Oh, it's, well,
Where's her costume?
it's down at the bottom. I think she's going to have a multitude of Halloween costumes. She's going to have Halloween outfits. But we in this house love Halloween. We decorated the front for Halloween, and we dress up for Halloween. So I mean, usually around the first 2 weeks of September, which is about now when school starts, is when I kind of start to transition my front decor to fall, which is what I'm going to be doing.
So this is Zizi's Halloween costume.
This is her Halloween costume. Her little princess costume.
She's gonna be a little princess this year. Her first Halloween.
Yes. So she'll have one of many, I'm sure. But I couldn't resist that. It looked too cute. All right. So we have a few things that we're going to do. We're going to go outside and cut the grass.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to cut the grass. She puts me to work every chance she gets. So
Finish eating this wonderful shrimp
we
fried
still
rice.
gotta reap those.
And we're going to go and
those
reap some of
tomatoes.
our tomatoes. So we are going to close this live. And I just want to say thank you all.
Thank you guys. Thank you so much once again.
And give me a little time and I will update the description with the full recipe for this wonderful dish. And I hope you guys have. Yes, Kiki says the deadheading never
Never ends.
ends. Well, I do it in little phases. I do it in little phases so that it's not too overwhelming. But thank you all for tuning in, guys, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.
And a wonderful rest of your weekend.
All right, so we are closing out.
Take care.
All right, bye-bye, guys.